What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kevin Yee, the Farm D, aka Kevin the Refugee. A while ago, maybe about 9 months ago, I actually lost my father. For anyone that's lost a parent or had to plan arrangements for someone that they care about, knows that it's a really chaotic time. Literally everybody's hitting you up. 1 second you're in the hospital, next thing you're in a funeral home and you're looking for plots, and it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of bullshit, it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of stress. It definitely doesn't help knowing that you actually lost that person that you care about too. But then things start calming down, things start slowing down, and things almost seem kind of normal again. And I think that's when the real grieving process actually happens. You'll think you'll be fine, you'll think you'll be normal, but then there's always these certain moments in your life. For me, sometimes when I go to a restaurant that me and my dad used to always go to, and we used to go as a family, I always see that missing chair and it always feels off. But for me, the other day, it was actually my dad's birthday. And I'm not gonna lie, it felt really weird not being able to say happy birthday to him at all. And really got me sort of missing my dad. It's been almost 9 to 10 months since I last heard his voice, you know? And my dad, he wasn't like I sound like this. My dad was actually an ABC, American born Chinese, just like me. But he had a wicked strong Boston accent. And I found one of his voicemails from my birthday, actually. He was like, we're gonna get tacos. It was the most awkward voicemail. Here, I'll let you hear it for a second.
Hey Kevin, we're going to pick up some Mexican food for your birthday tomorrow. I got the menu up here for Amigo in Waltham. So do you take a look at it and see what you want to have at your party? When you have a chance. Talk to you later. Bye.
It just reminds me a lot about how my relationship with my dad has changed over the years. I think about like growing up, my dad was a really weird guy. All he wanted was just a bag of potato chips. And I remember, like, even so, if we would ever go grocery store or Costco or anything, he always loved Ruffles, first of all. And second thing, he would always pick up the bag of chips, hold it by the opposite ends, and tilt it back and forth like a steering wheel. And he would listen for the crumbles. Too many crumbles, it was no go. But my dad was a really weird guy when it came to that. My dad wasn't a very fancy guy. He was really just happy with just a bag of supersized potato chips, you know. But every once in a while we would try to do something fancy for my dad. I remember when I was in high school, I made steak and it turned out horrible. For y'all that don't know, I am not the best at cooking, although I'm pretty good at cooking steaks now. But back then I wasn't very good at cooking. But I just remember him just like smiling together and getting the family together and just eating together, and look on his face, man. I think that's the thing with my dad. He always like appreciated those moments where like my dad always appreciated those, even the smallest moments. And I still remember one thing that my dad always used to yell at me. He used to say this to my brother, but I think I got more of the brunt of it. It's like, you'd be like, Kevin, you're so spoiled. But looking back at it, I'm just like, man, that was his way of telling me that things are really good in my life. See, here's the thing about my dad. Growing up, my dad was broke. Like, the whole family was broke. And my dad would actually work under table construction jobs. My dad also didn't have a father, so they were all relying on my grandma to pull in the income. And I think about how hard it was for my dad growing up. And in some weird way, even though it came out really harsh, what he was really trying to say was like, at least you don't have to work under table jobs. At least you have a father. And I think about how lucky I have been with my dad all these years. I am very lucky to have a dad. I'm lucky to have a dad that pushed me so hard, that got me all my success today. And it's the number one reason why I have such strong work ethic. I think about my dad And I think about how fucking lucky I am to have come to that realization that I wanted a better relationship with my dad going forward. And who knows, like, you could lose your parent at any moment. And I think about it, I'm so glad I had that realization 7 months before. I'm so glad and grateful that my dad actually took the time when we were in Bermuda to just say, no matter what I do, I'm already successful. He's always been proud of me. What Asian kid doesn't want to hear that? I think that was one of the first and last times I really heard and felt my dad mean that. And I think about my dad on his deathbed telling me, just go be an entrepreneur, go do it. You talk about conviction. And I think people ask me, like, these days, why don't you go back to pharmacy? And in my head, I'm just like, dude, if my own dad believed in me, then why can't I just start believing in myself? When someone who was so conservative, was so risk averse, my dad didn't even want to invest in the stock market, right? But when he even tells you, hey, go do it, and when he believes in you, that's one of the best gifts my dad ever gave me. I think my dad really gave me the chance and the gift to realize that, hey, people really do change throughout their life. Not everything with my life, with my dad, was great, was good. It was not perfect. But people really, really do change. But here's the shitty part. The shitty part is when someone gives you that gift and they can't see you grow. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's really hard for me to accept that my dad is gone. As much as I want to say, hey, it's a circle of life. Hey, it happens to everyone in their life. Or, hey, I'm grateful for the time that I had with my dad. It doesn't change this fact. It still hurts knowing that you're gone, Dad. And here's the part that sucks even more. Knowing that I'm growing up without you. Knowing that you'll never see your grandchildren. Knowing that you won't be at my wedding. Knowing that we're never gonna knowing that we're never gonna celebrate your birthday again. What I really want to say is that I really miss you. And that I'm proud to be your son. You know, it's so funny. I was thinking about your birthday, and there's one person I thought about, and it was always Angela. I would see her face light up every single time you saw Angela. And you know, I went to your favorite tofu place in LA, and I took her there, knowing that if you were still here today, you would want to do that for her. So I did that for you, Dad. Finally, I want to tell you guys, if you guys still have your parents, don't take them for granted. You only have them for a limited time, and that you always have the choice to try and make things better. It doesn't matter whether it works or not. You won't be living a life of what ifs. Anyways, guys, take care. Happy birthday, Dad. I love you.